I'm Jackson Kurtz.
And I'm Sky Conley.
We have a full show for you guys today, but first, let's talk about the Oscars. It was the biggest event of the year for movies, and everyone pulls out their best dresses and tuxes. Who do you think, guys, slayed the red carpet?
I really like Sienna Miller. I think she can do no wrong. So she's wearing that navy Oscar de la Renta dress, which I looked really cool. Her makeup and hair was great. So she'd have to be my top pick.
My top pick, definitely Lupita Nyong'o. I just love like her white, like the pearl dress. I think it looked really good on her darker complexion. She can really rock it. She really does no wrong, period, on
But it got
the red
stolen.
carpet. Yeah, it
The
did.
dress was taken.
$150,000 dress
Man,
just
that's
swiped out of
a
her
lot of
hotel
money.
room. That's just
So
Wow.
bad.
yeah.
I think it had like 6,000 pearls on it. But
Yeah.
6,000 pearls, like, oh my god. How long did that take to make? And they just stole it.
Who knows really? What about you, Jackson?
I think Reese Witherspoon was the best dressed. She was nominated for Best Actress in the film Wild. It was a custom Tom Ford gown with Tiffany & Company Blue Book collection diamonds. I wasn't a fan of the black and white, but that's Margaret Robbie, but it's okay. I just had a crush on her since like Legally Blonde, so anything that Reese Witherspoon does is just like fantastic.
And speaking
So-
of Margot Robbie, it was her necklace that was actually worth $1.5 million.
Wow.
I think it was made for like the Duchess of Windsor.
Just for a necklace?
Just for a necklace in like 1958.
My
And
goodness.
oh my god, she was like, this is worth more than my life. I'm scared. Crazy. So, who didn't slay? I think Bahati Prinsloo and Adam Levine are the coolest couple ever. Now, they appeared together at the red carpet, and they looked awesome. But then in the after party, Bahati was wearing this kind of skin-colored dress, and she had a serious nip slip going on.
Oh,
It was
wow.
horrendous.
Oh, no.
Everyone saw. Adam tried to cover it up, but they just, it wasn't brushed off well.
Okay. My didn't slay did not actually take place during the Oscars. It took place on a post-Oscar chat talking about the fashion. And Juliana Rancic got on the topic of Zendaya with her dreads and had some interesting choice of words about how she thought Zendaya might have smelled. She said that Zendaya looked like she smelled of patchouli oil and weed, and that caused a huge firestorm, which I think Juliana was just wrong because 2 weeks ago people were getting at her for her appearance as well because she looked like starkly thin, and that was crazy.
Yeah, and the thing that was really like a big deal was Kylie Jenner did a similar thing where she had dreads,
Right.
and she said it was an edgy look, and then she went on the show and said this, and that really wasn't smart. And she's not like Joan Rivers, who passed away, was on the show, and she was known for saying funny stuff like that and messing with everybody. So that was kind of a big issue.
There were like charges of like racism, and it was just really crazy. But Zendaya was very cool and professional about it. I was really impressed. She's
Yeah.
quite young, and she put out like several statements saying, it was offensive, and like I was just impressed of how she handled it. Because if someone said that I smelled like weed, I probably would have been like extremely upset. But that's just me. I don't know about you guys.
A lot of celebrities backed her on Twitter when you handled this.
It was really nice to see that as
Yeah,
well.
it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, now Jackson, who did not slay at the Oscars?
Keira Knightley. I liked her dress, actually. It was Valentino haute couture gown, but it had all these French phrases embroidered all over the dress.
Right.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was meant for the Oscars. I feel like she should have worn that to somewhere a little less, more casual.
Yeah, I'm not really into the whole like flowy and floral thing, and I didn't understand the words like at all. Like if you're gonna have words on like any sort of like clothing thing, that you should be able to read them at least. That's what I think.
I'm not sure where you're supposed to wear that dress. It's more casual though, guys. Come on. Can't just rock that to Chipotle.
There were so many great moments at the Oscars. What were some of your guys' favorites, Rosie?
Probably the speech that John Legend made after his rendition of Glory for the movie Selma. I really liked that. Chris Pine cried. The guy who plays Martin Luther King in the upcoming movie Selma, he cried. So that was so powerful. I love that.
I totally agree. That speech had me just like moving. And Graham Moore, who won the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay for Imitation Game, he had a great speech. And like the one quote that everybody kept saying from it was "Stay weird and stay different." And like I feel like that hit home for a lot of people.
Yeah. My favorite moment And it was kind of hard to find a favorite moment because I thought the Oscars was just kind of a snooze fest, except for a few things. But I thought Lady Gaga killed it in her 50th anniversary tribute to The Sound of Music. She sounded fantastic. She was really working the whole musical theater thing going on. I just love Lady Gaga, honestly. I think she's just a fantastic singer, artist, just a person in general. And speaking of her, to sort of transition to our next topic, it was just revealed earlier this week that she's going to be starring in the 5th season of American Horror Story, known as Hotel.
Ooh.
What do you guys think about that?
Random.
I like it. They might do a little play on like the movie Psycho, and I can see her like doing stuff like that. So that'd be interesting. That'll be really.
I feel like she's really toning herself down at the moment. Like is she just engaged as well?
She did get engaged.
She's kind of not wearing so many of the crazy outfits. I know, like at the Oscars, she had those weird red washing up gloves.
Yeah, well, we've seen in like her career so far that she just goes from like phase to phase to phase, and that's fine. So it'll be interesting to see what see what she does next.
So Kanye's still in the news, and that's a guy that's
my boy.
in the news. Jackson was
My boy Kanye West in the news. He's had a great 2 weeks. He was on SNL, the 40th anniversary special. He sang a medley of Jesus Walks, Only One, and his new song, his new album, Wolves. And it was just amazing. Sia came out, and this other small rapper from Chicago came out on the show, and it was just amazing to see. And then he released his Adidas Originals fashion clothing line, and it's called Yeezy Season 1. And it was interesting. I think you have to really understand fashion to get it, because it was really simple and just like cut up. And did you guys see that at all?
It was horrendous. It wasn't simple, it was horrendous.
I think that's a nice way to put it.
They were wearing tights, guys. Tights all over their bodies.
And then he had his highly anticipated the Boost shoes. And to be honest, I kind of like these. I might get them if they're cheap.
If they're cheap.
Yeah, they won't be. They're like $350. So, and then he was on the BET Honors, getting a Visionary Award, and he was on the Brit Awards, performing another new song. So he had a great week.
Nice. Let's hope he goes away though, as our segment now is. So that's going to wrap it up for the Oscars, and we'll be right back with Jackson and the winners of KU's Got Talent.
Studious, courteous, community service oriented. These are just a few ways to describe Sigma Pi fraternity. But don't take my word for it. Let's ask the president himself. Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm Ryan Brinker, founding father and president of Beta Delta chapter of Sigma Pi here at the University of Kansas. We're one of the fastest growing Greek communities here on campus, and now we want you to be a part of us too. For more information, go to kusigmapi.com.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm here with this year's KU's Got Talent winners, Kelly and Amanda Sharp, the Sharp sisters. They won the competition singing and playing guitar to the original song, Burn the Haystack. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. I think this is our first interview ever, so
wow.
I'm excited.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I heard so many great things from your guys' performance. It was a huge turnout, and the crowd was just like electric. Like.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect that many people.
No, it was so much fun playing for a big crowd, though.
Really? That was just amazing. And then you both started at a young age. What was it like to be growing as artists, and like how do you continue that growth?
I don't know. I think starting at such a young age, we just learned that we need to put our feelings into our songs, because a lot of the time people don't. And we just started writing about what we liked, and we modeled after Taylor Swift a lot. And I mean, we grew up listening to country music, which are all story songs anyways. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think that the ability for us to start at such a young age has let us grow so much, because we've been playing guitar for 10 years now. So a lot can happen in that time, and it's really exciting to see where we're going.
What's your guys' favorite Taylor Swift song?
I would say Last Kiss, because there's this one lyric in there, and I just am in love with it, and I think it's the most genius lyric ever. So.
Yeah, I like, that's one of her older albums. My favorite song currently is one of her newer ones called I Know Places. Yeah.
Then a couple of weeks ago, you both had the Grammys. What was that like?
The Grammys, wow.
I mean, it was
That
all
an
right.
experience.
It was so much fun. It was really inspiring to see all the celebrities in one place and just to like hear amazing music.
Yeah, I think that was the best part.
Yeah.
Listening to all of the amazing musicians live.
And then earlier you were telling me something about before we got on camera, the red carpet. Can you explain that? That was
Yeah,
interesting.
it's kind of a spectacle. So like the celebrities have their own red carpet, like the super famous people. So like they walk and then you walk by them like on like a conveyor belt kind of thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's really cool because you can see them up close in person and it's kind of like a zoo almost.
Yeah, they were like, don't take pictures, keep going. Like, don't slow down. And people were like, oh my God, it's Sia and like Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, we
And
saw
they're
her huge wig
"No,
like
just keep
walking by.
walking."
Were there any other celebrities where you're just like, oh, I cannot believe I just see them in person, where you just going nuts about?
I think Beyonce and then Rihanna had that crazy pink
Oh
dress.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
that
was
was
like
Everybody could see her from
insane.
everywhere.
She looked like a cupcake.
Yeah, she did. Yes.
Well, stay with us. When we come back, Kelly and Amanda will be performing their song they won the competition with, Burn the Haystack. Stay tuned.
One, two.
Ashes scatter everywhere, smoke still in the air. I can see it now. I watch you slowly walk away, untouched by the flames. I had no way out. I curse your name. Flash, 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 back to the better days. Sunshine, blue skies, baby, why'd that go away? But I keep coming back to this place. I can't stay away. I burned up in your heat. You were too hot for me. I played with fire and I got burned. Don't trust a liar. Lesson learned, you explode on me. The truth was right there, plain to see, but your pale blue eyes disguised your blackened soul. You gotta burn the haystack, find the needle. When the truth comes out, it'll hurt a little. Alright, listen up. You know that white lies burn brighter when you're in the dark. You love to play with fire, but you're careless with your sparks. Like a moth to a flame, I just couldn't stay away. And I was burned. White lies burn brighter when you're in the dark. You love to play with fire, but you're careless with your sparks. Like a moth to a flame, I just couldn't stay away. And I was burned. Oh, white lies burn brighter when you're in the dark. You love to play with fire, but you're careless with your sparks. Like a moth to a flame, I couldn't stay away. I couldn't stay away. I couldn't stay away. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I burned up in your heat. You were too hot for me. I played with fire and I got burned. Don't trust a liar. Lesson learned, you explode on me. The truth was right there, plain to see, but your pale blue eyes disguised your blackened soul. Oh, your blackened soul. Oh, your dark, dark soul. You gotta burn the haystack, find the needle. When the truth comes out, it'll hurt a little. Ashes scatter everywhere, smoke still in the air. I can see it now.
Where you go to college makes a statement. about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back to KUE News. I'm Kennedy.
I'm Sky.
And I'm Abby.
So there's a big story in the news that has been going around that I feel like we really need to discuss. It's Kyga. Kylie Jenner is reportedly dating rapper Tyga. Tyga is 25 and Kylie is 17. Like, that's not even legal. What do you guys think? Cute or nah?
It's a tough call. I mean, Kylie's gonna be 18 in August anyway. But then again, if you kind of want to put it into perspective, think of Kylie as like a high school senior, and then think of Tyga as like a college graduate, maybe a couple years out. So that, when you put it like that, that's just weird. But I mean, she's gonna be 18 soon anyway, so it's just like whatever.
I think it's fine. Like, I don't know. I think that mentally Tyga is probably 17, so they really go together.
Why mentally 17?
Well, because like guys aren't as mature as girls anyways, you know, and they take a while, so.
Yeah, you have a point.
Yeah. And I don't think like waiting a couple months is gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like,
especially when they've known each other ever since, wasn't it Kendall's Sweet 16 that Tyga performed on?
It's weird, but I think once she hits like 20, if they're still together, then that's in a long time. But like, I feel like when you hit the age of 20, then it's like normal to date someone older. Like it doesn't sound as weird, but it's like really not, I don't know, it's not like a huge deal as like everyone's making it, you know?
Yeah. Because Amber Rose has been like calling like,
I know.
Not even just Kylie out, but like the entire like Kardashian clan out of it, because Amber is best friends with Black China, who is Tyga's like ex-woman and baby mama.
Yeah, Chloe and Amber got in a big Twitter battle. It was pretty awkward to read.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like they're adults. Kylie's basically an adult. Like, just kind of just let them be. Like, I don't know. That's really for me. That's really like all that there is to it.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Anything with the Kardashians is gonna be top news anyways, so.
Yeah. And we actually have Caitlin out in the Union having some people talk about what they think about Kyga. Caitlin, what do you have for us?
Hi guys, I'm here with Megan and Chris. So Kylie Jenner, who is 17, and Tyga, who's 25, are dating. What are your opinions on this, Megan?
I think age difference isn't so much an issue, but I think the fact that Kylie is so young, I think about myself at 17, and I would definitely not want to date a 25-year-old at that point in my life. But I think Kylie has been exposed to a lot more in her life, so maybe in that way she's more mature and it works for them.
So if there was someone who was, say, 10 years older than you, would you date them right now, or is that too much of a gap?
Well, I have been on a couple of dates with guys that were 10 years older than me, but it's just one date, and I don't think that I could have like a serious relationship with someone that much older.
Okay, and what about you? What are your opinions on the Kyga situation?
I think it's kind of strange, just the age difference makes it kind of awkward. I mean, I think maturity level women are probably at the same maturity level as guys, but in terms of just like publicity and everything, I think it's very awkward and kind of strange.
All right, so if you were Bruce Jenner and your daughter is Kylie, would you be okay with her dating someone that old or not?
No, I wouldn't. I don't know. If I'm a dad, I'm probably going to be a little more extra protective and whatnot. So I think just seeing that would be very, very odd. And just knowing Tyga as the rapper, first off, and then as a person, it would also kind of thwart my thought as well, I suppose.
All right, well, thank you guys for your opinions, and we'll go back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Caitlin and guests, for sharing your opinions with us. Now, I also wanted to add that it just came out that Kylie just bought a $2.7 million house for herself. And she's still 17. She's 17 and a half. So,
it's crazy.
Possible love mansion going on there,
so
to say.
I mean, if you can afford it, might as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I actually saw a tweet that said that Kylie bought this $2.7 million house, and she's going to include a tiger cage in there too. Thought that was sort of witty. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, that's funny.
Classic pun.
All right, that's going to wrap up our segment on Kyga, the mystery of Kylie Jenner and Tyga. I always want to keep saying Kendall. I don't know why. And we're going to be back.
Welcome back to KUE News. Here are the biggest events going on around Lawrence this weekend.
Well, at the Granada tonight, the Lawrence Battle of the Bands Finals is open for everyone, and the doors open at 4. Tickets are $12 if you buy them today. And for tomorrow night, the Montana of 300 is a group of local rappers, and they're coming together for a show. And the doors open at 7, and it starts at 8, but the tickets are $25.
And over at Liberty Hall this Saturday, we have a comedy show called Right Between the Ears. The doors for that open at 7 for an 8 p.m. start. And then next week, again at Liberty Hall, hosts the 2015 Kansas Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which is quite a mouthful. So that sounds really awesome. And if you want to get down to that, you should be there at 6:30 for a 7 p.m. start. And if you're not hitting the town tonight and you fancy a movie, they'll be showing Birdman, Mr. Turner, and Still Alice.
And that will wrap it up for this week's edition of KUE News. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at KUE News, and have a great weekend, Jayhawks.
And to end the show with a homage to the actor who played Spock, live long and prosper.
Yeah.